Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mondayish. We were just having a little debate before we started about what episode this was. I'm pretty sure it's 4. If not, I'm going to fix it in post. Maybe. Not sure if I have those skills in editing, Dave. What do you think?
You really clip that in close if you're going to try to edit in a different number in between there. You didn't give yourself any pause to try to play with that.
No, it's just going to be like
Hello,
this,
everyone.
this block, and it's just going to be episode 5 or something like that over the top. But yeah.
I like it. No, it's good to be back, man. It's been another week. And
Mm.
again, the increasingly accurately named Monday-ish podcast happening on Monday. Actually, our last Monday of recording for a little while before we move properly to the Sundays because WoW Raid starts next week. I'm very excited.
Ooh.
Got that coming up. I am not prepared. I have not done my homework. Very much like me in uni, I am not ready. But we'll be fine. We'll do it live.
That's it. We'll do it live. But yeah, it's funny you say that because like SWOTOR has just started. It's like they do a thing called Galactic Seasons, which is like you do different events for a while. And that literally started last week. So like same, like I'm debating after stream here if I'm going to continue playing Mass Effect 2 or if I'm going to go to SWOTOR and try and knock off those weekly stuff. But I think it's going to be Mass Effect 2 because I'm enjoying that. So quick plug for my stream. But yeah,
it's a great game. It is an awesome game, Mass Effect 2. It's like really back in that peak BioWare, you know what I mean? Like it just like I'm one of the few people that enjoyed Mass Effect Andromeda, but like Mass Effect 2 is definitely the peak of that series.
Yeah, see, I'm feeling at the moment like I'm feeling like I enjoyed Mass Effect 1 more than I'm currently enjoying Mass Effect 2. And I think I'm maybe a quarter or a third of the way into it, but I'm just like it's definitely a graphical upgrade and there's stuff in it there's definitely improvements over Mass Effect 2, but I feel like the story-wise it's like, and I guess because the bit I'm in at the moment where I'm going around recruiting people before I go off and face the big bad and the collectors I think they are in this one. But it just feels like a list of things to check off rather than like an exploration. And because Mass Effect 1, once you get through the first part of the Citadel, you get those 3 missions and you can choose and go and do them in whatever order you want. And like I did them in a very funny order because I did 2 of them. I didn't go pick up Liana, I think it is. I didn't go and pick her up. So I've done the first 2, and then it's given me this mission to go and attack Saren. So I've taken that one. So I've done all this stuff, and I haven't even picked up Liana yet, which was very interesting to me that I could even do that. But while Mass Effect 2 gives you that choice of where you can go and what order to do stuff, and there's lots of nice side missions, I feel like at the moment, a lot of the fun of the exploration has been taken away because I like landing on a planet in the Mako and going and exploring.
I think you might be one of the few people who has ever said they like the Mako in Mass Effect. That thing was a nightmare.
I won't say I like the Mako in particular, but I like the exploration elements of getting to a planet and going around and doing that. But I also use the Mako like I play Mario games. There was a lot of platforming in there.
No, it's I really like Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2, I feel like if you go down the side missions, you do the side stories, you do your companion missions, that's where it shines. It's when I'm not going to name any characters because I don't know how far exactly you are, but
I've
some of
only
the
got like
characters are
3.
just like awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are some that I won't talk about just because you haven't met them yet. But like as a whole, the crew of Mass Effect 2 is awesome. Like I really do view it as a step up on Mass Effect 1. And yeah, as Fat Gamer said, it's the before EA killed BioWare, before BioWare really did change what it's become.
And
you
it is
raise a good
interesting.
point.
Sorry, you go on, Dave. Yep.
You raise a good point about that, trying to plan out how someone is going to approach a game. You know what I mean? Like all these guys that do these open world games or even games that aren't meant to be that open, just seeing how much people just change where they're going. It's even down to things like Metroidvanias and all that, where people figure out how to break the sequence and that kind of thing. Trying to plan for what someone's going to do beforehand. Like Hollow Knight. I was playing Hollow Knight for the first time. And it was pretty new. I wasn't very good, that kind of thing. But I figured out you could pogo off spikes, and I used that to like bounce along this path. Turns out I went to one of like the late game end game areas, and it just pissed me off because I was suddenly like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Why did the difficulty jump so much? What am I doing? Why am I dying suddenly to one hit? So there is that real thing of you can end up where you're not meant to.
Yeah. I think I had that same kind of problem with Hollow Knight, because I made an attempt to play it years ago, and I did a little bit of it and didn't super enjoy the experience, but I went back and played it just before Silksong came out, and I had a lot better time with it. But there was definitely bits where I've skipped early areas entirely and then stumbled upon them like a third of the way through the game and just ripped through those bosses and go, I thought people said this was supposed to be a hard game. And then I came across bosses later that, definitely kicked my ass. But
No, absolutely.
but yeah, but
I think I will, Solaris. I think I will enjoy. I am looking forward to trying Silksong because I just love Metroidvanias and that kind of thing.
I'm debating whether I wait for whatever Team Cherry release next for when I play Silksong, because that's basically what I did for Hollow Knight.
I mean, we're just waiting for that Silksong DLC that's definitely coming out this year.
Yeah, that's
for,
right.
Our fantasy critic.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had a look at that for a while. I need to have a look at how that's going. I don't think I've had any more games coming out.
Oh, look, I'll just say it right now for the audience. I am miles ahead. Like I am destroying everyone at the moment. I've only had 3 games released, but the lowest scoring one has been a 15, to give you some perspective. So I picked him all right.
Ooh. Ying's doing all right.
And yeah,
Ying's doing all right.
Yeah, and chat, you can check out our fantasy critic as well. Jim has a link, so Jim can just drop it in chat because I can't click off this window or I disappear. But because this is held together with duct tape and blue tack. But
I think that
check out
that
Jeppy's
should be
going.
the link.
Jeppy doesn't have a complete list, Jeppy.
Yeah, I still need one more. Actually, I've only had 2 games, but one of those games lost a point. Like, I was not happy about that.
That is a rough one.
I feel like it got 69 as a score. I feel like that should get bonus points somehow.
I mean, the bright side, you only lost 1 point. It could be worse, but
that's it. Could have been 6-7.
Yeah, I have the DLC for Silksong coming out, and I think if that comes out, that might be the push for me to play it because I really do enjoy Metroidvanias. One of the best ones actually that came out last year, because we're talking open world games, open discovery, that kind of thing. Did you ever play Animal Well? I think I've brought it up on this podcast before.
My housemate played it though.
Passionately cheer for. Published by Video Game Donkeys publishing company, all that kind of thing. Complete no combat Metroidvania. So you can't fight back, basically. Like you can scare things off, you can hide, that kind of thing, but it's just a really unique time.
Yeah, like
You've been playing it since your release?
Yeah. I've only heard good things about Animal Well, and I like the idea of no fighting. Like I'm a big fan of traditional sort of games where you don't fight and you don't kill. You get Animal Crossing, and I'm guessing I don't know if Pokopia is a bit like that.
Yeah, no combat in Pokopia.
No, yeah, and I don't mind that, but I like the more traditional sort of games with no killing. Like it's kind of my holy grail of like the police procedural episodes is where nobody dies.
It does struggle to start the episode.
It does, but like usually it starts with a kidnapping or something then, and it's like a race against the clock. But yeah, like it. But that's kind of my holy grail. If you can get a good episode where nobody dies, that's amazing. But usually, if somebody gets kidnapped somewhere along the lines, somebody gets shot and killed as the bad guys as they're going in to rescue it, and they just ruin everything.
Yeah, no, how dare they? I love that kind of thing though in games that they clearly know that it was wanted it to be an extra challenge. Cuphead, the Cuphead platforming sections have the grading system. You can go D, C, B, A plus, that kind of thing. S for perfect. They actually have a P grade, which is pacifist, where you kill nothing. So you get through the run and gun levels without killing anything.
Ooh.
And I find it so cool that that's actually something that they'd built in and sort of planned for. And, there's some companies that are so good at knowing what their audience is going to do.
So that's just in the run and gun sections though, because
Yeah, you can't do it in the bosses.
no, I was going to
obviously.
say that sounds. I'm sitting here going, is there like a pacifist way you can beat them? No. But yeah, like
Well,
it
there
is.
is. There's a pacifist run in Silksong, and the last I heard about it, no one had solved it.
Oh,
Um, as in, like, you can get to a certain point, and I don't know who it is because my mates were talking about it sort of past me and to me without me having played the game, so they weren't trying to tell me what the boss was called or anything. But there is a boss that, if you can get to them without having killed anyone, they just let you in. They let you past.
oh,
Um, and last I heard, there's no one had figured out how to do that. They just data mined that existed.
oh, that sounds very interesting. Then a big secret spray. But yeah, you're right, and like I am very much admiring how you keep trying to segue us into the topic that we were going to talk about here, Dave. You brought us back a couple of times, but
I'm really doing my best.
you
Jim.
are, and I'm just giving you
one
nothing.
One of us is trying to keep us on topic.
But yeah, but a lot like I do like you say, the ideas of unintended consequences in games. Like, and it came about because I was reading an article about Donkey Kong Bonanza actually, because GDC's been on, Game Developer Conference has been on the last week or so, and there was an interview with one of the creators of Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I was quite incredulous, I suppose, that we got to a point where in the interview, one of the developers is going, I did not think that players would want to destroy an entire level. And I'm sitting here going, if you give me the tools where I can destroy every single little bit of the environment, I'm at least going to try. And I did try once. I think like in the second area, I like destroyed the whole first island there. And then I got bored with it and moved on. But like it definitely occurred to me to do that. And I'm not quite sure why it didn't occur to him to do that.
No, well, that's it. It's the same as we've talked about before, where developers can get sort of lost in their own game because they've been playing it too much or things like that. Like 100%. As soon as I got control, and it was on stream, so everyone here was able to catch it, I basically started just destroying everything around me. There was no hesitation. That was just the straight, like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and like it kind of felt to me like they planned for it because they give you that option in the start menu to reset the level. So like, well, maybe not to that extent, but like if you get stuck somewhere, you can just reset it and start digging again.
Oh, look, I think the fact is, no matter what game it is, gamers are going to like make their own challenges, make their own games about it. You know, back in the day, that was something you used to always do as a kid because, I mean, I'm sure it was the same for most of us in the audience and that. I got maybe one game every 3 months kind of thing. So that game had to last me
3 months,
hundreds of hours.
Lucky bastard.
I know, I was spoiled.
Yeah. Christmas and birthdays, if I was lucky. Yeah.
But that kind of thing,
yeah,
you know, we make our own challenges. Why games like Minecraft and Roblox and Terraria, that's the one I was forgetting. But all those kind of games where you really build your own thing. Pocopia is one at the moment where I'm already in my head going, well, we're going to get everything. We're going to have to get all 300 Pokemon.
Yep.
It's going to be a long while. And you see I'm sure you've seen the building creations that people are doing in it. It's insane.
I haven't seen it yet. I've only watched a few streams in that first week, and everybody was kind of getting to the same point. And then, like, because it was kind of first streams of it all, so it was like 4 or 5 hour streams, and they were stopping there. But I haven't seen any of the creations yet. I should look them up. It's kind of a bit like
so impressive, man.
Yeah, like all the stuff that was coming out for Tears of the Kingdom when that was coming out. And like,
absolutely,
you want to talk about people making their own challenges. So I don't know if you heard, but there was one guy who came up with I think he called it Restaurant Percent. So the genesis of this, I think, was that they discovered that there's a material in the game that end boss Ganon, like just when he's in Ganon form, not as the dragon. I feel like it's been enough years that you're going to find out that Ganon turns into a dragon at the end. If not, bad luck. You just got spoiled. Yeah. But like when you're fighting Ganon proper, there's a material he can't break. So the whole point of this run is to get those materials and then get like some fruit and whatnot and basically trap Ganon in a little booth and set up a restaurant. Because once he's in the booth, he doesn't move. He can't get out of the booth. He just stays there. And it's just like, that is ridiculous to me. Who thought of coming up with that?
Oh, that's it. There's so many very creative creators out there. There's one in that similar thing, the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was Breath of the Wild. That someone went, can I go from the bottom of the map to the top of the map in a straight line? Not allowed to deviate. They had coordinates on, and they weren't allowed to deviate by more than x equals 2 or something. So it was a 2 square rate like line that they were able to go. And it took them hours, but they managed it. They managed to figure out exactly a line that they could take that took them over mountains and that without running out of stamina and all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
So open world games are so good for that kind of stuff. You know, we mess around with a lot with randomizers, with challenge runs, that kind of thing. You know, can you beat Pokemon with just one Pokemon or with like a specific Pokemon or things like that?
A good old Nuzlocke run.
Well, not even Nuzlocke. We did the for Christmas, we do the Delibird run, which is we just take a Delibird and it's the only Pokemon I'm allowed, and we have to get through the game with him.
Are you allowed multiple Delibirds or just the one
No,
Delibird?
It's just the boy. It's just the boy.
Yeah.
But no, challenge runs and that kind of thing. It's part of what's so cool about any of these open world games that let you do things not expected, you know, or games that let you just finish the game right at the intro. You know, Far Cry with all their ones where they always have like the way of just skipping the whole game.
Yeah, you just don't move for 15 minutes and go, okay, game's finished. Here you go.
No, exactly. Or it's like same deal for Thank Goodness You're Here, which is an amazing indie game last year that I recommend to everyone.
Oh, is that the little English village?
It is, yes. Yeah, it's fantastic. And look, hashtag ad, because they did send me a copy when it came out, but legitimately a brilliant game. Like so funny if you like that British style humor. But again, it's got one where if you just wait there for, I think it was about 25 minutes, you get let in because you're like waiting for an appointment and you get bored and you leave. But if you just wait, eventually it just opens up and goes, oh, good. Thanks for waiting. Hope you weren't here long.
How long does it take? Like, because I'm just sitting here going, if that theoretically, if that person you play a character's gone, and then that NPC comes out at 25 minutes and goes, huh, where did he go? Type thing. Like that would be hilarious.
I reckon it probably happens. I reckon it probably does. But yeah, it's about 25 minutes because I think we did about 10 minutes on stream, and I went, all right, this is not entertaining. I need to go and do something.
Yeah.
I can only vamp for so long.
Yeah.
You're starting to find out when you put me in front of a podcast.
It can backfire a bit though. Like I feel like giving the player any sort of freedom, because I will say, probably, I'm not sure if this is controversial or not, whether this is a hot take, but Tears of the Kingdom is my least favorite 3D Zelda.
I completely agree.
Yeah. And part of that was because of the fuse mechanic. And like so many times when there was a puzzle sitting in front of me, I wasn't sure whether I was getting the solution or I was cheesing it. And so many times it felt like I was cheesing it. And that didn't feel good.
I think that's the problem is, they didn't have one solution. And that's the problem. You know, it's not a well-built puzzle. It's a puzzle that can be brute force. It's the same as Nuts and Bolts. The Banjo-Kazooie game that's universally hated because it wasn't a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You could just like, I need to get over here. Cool. Well, I can build the one thing which lets me boost over that wall and I'm done. Like,
yeah. It's like that one when I play like the old Mortal Kombats and whatnot. If I get you in a corner, I just keep sweeping and you can't get up and I win. You know?
It's yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, that sort of stuff. But like, more often than not, I feel in those open world games, people build stuff like even in Tears of the Kingdom, where I don't super like it as a Zelda game. I feel like the contraptions that people were building in it were just ridiculously creative, and I don't know where the imagination for that sort of stuff comes from.
It's definitely a personality trait, isn't it? There are people that just make like I was saying for Pocopia, I see people that built like multi-level apartments with a cafe attached, which is actually like 6 houses for different Pokemon, and it's got a working elevator and a subway system. And you're just like, what is going on? How are you doing this? And there's me with my little leaf hut. Like,
yeah. was like, I remember when Animal Crossing New Horizons first came out in the years we don't talk about of 2020. And like, I remember watching a streamer do a survivor game in Animal
I remember
Crossing.
that. Yeah, yeah.
And they changed the map every week for it. And it's just like, this is ridiculously creative on what you're doing for this thing. But it was good. It was so creative.
I mean, you just look at old school YouTube, things like Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth,
Mm.
that a multiple hundred part, multiple hundreds in Minecraft.
Mm.
Custom maps, custom game modes, all of that. Like,
Yeah.
those games are so good. Sandbox games are so sick for that kind of thing of just being able to go, if you can think it, do it. My
Yeah.
issue is that most of the time I can't think it.
Yeah. Every time I get into Minecraft, I just dig down until I hit bedrock and go, well, this is me now. I live down here.
Well, that's it. We did a community Minecraft server a couple of times. We usually do one about once a year or so for the Poor Parade community. And there's the people like myself and Jeppy who make a little square house, and we have our mine and we're doing that kind of thing. Then you come upstairs, and there's just like people who have built full farms and animals and like things that like they go over, they pull a lever and it automatically just grinds experience for them, so they don't even have to bother with that. I'm just like, this is a different world. This is not what I signed up for in my cute game where I get to have a sheep, and if I get a name tag, I can call him Jeb and he becomes multicolored. That's the extent of my thing here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, look, it's definitely a vibe, those sorts of games. I'm kind of running out of things to say about that topic now, Dave. But we have done well. We've hit the 20-minute mark and just talking crap about open world games with not much in particular. Like that was our vision when we started this, where we could just talk crap for a while.
Yeah, that's it. It's Mondayish. It's the vibe. That's what we try to bring here, as Ash is saying. Sometimes you feel like, I clicked out of that window. That's going to die on your screens for a second, but I'm back. Maybe. Well, look, it's the beauty of this kind of thing is that we can just sort of talk a little bit about gaming. That's why I enjoy it. That's why people are saying they enjoy it. We love hanging out with you all. We really do. It makes it nice just having this little half hour.
Mondayish, Jeppy. Is that a new title that we're floating there? Mondayish?
That can be the spin-off.
And that's the Solaris spin-off where he just asks every day if Dave has played Digimon.
I like it. But no, I think it's not the worst spot.
Speaking of Digimon, like, I had to bring it up because I so we went down for dinner, me and my girlfriend. We decided on Saturday night, we were going to go down to Mandurah for dinner because that sounded like a really cool thing to do. And we get down there and there's roads closed off and there's event signs up, and suddenly it's tweaked and go, it's Mandurah Crab Fest this weekend. And
take the girlfriend to Crab Fest.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, it was a great night, but we're sitting there going, there is not a lot of parking down here. But I will say we played a few of the games and we came across this. I'm not even sure what it's called, but apparently it's a Digimon. So, like, that's what I had to run out and grab.
Oh, it's Patamon. It's Patamon. I know him. He's like one of the originals. Solaris, back me up on this. I know what I'm talking about.
Dave knows
Digimon.
Listening
to the audio version, Jim is holding up a stuffed Digimon, which I believe is Patamon. I think he evolves into Angemon. Digivolves into it. Sorry.
Not bad for someone who hasn't played a Digimon game.
I've played several. Thank you very much. My community may rat at me for not finishing games, but I do try them.
But so like I felt like I had to bring that out, and because we all know that Solaris just always likes to ask Dave, when's he going to play Digimon? And I feel that is also a good segue into what's going to be next week's episode. We don't normally talk about next week's episode.
Because we don't normally have it planned.
No, that's it.
We're not in advance, Jim.
Don't tell everybody our secrets. Like,
Jim, we walked into this episode saying, I don't really know what we're talking about here today.
I'm pretty sure we just give off that vibe of not really knowing what we're talking about. But next week we will know what we're talking about because we are going to do an Ask Us Anything. So chat, people listening to the podcast, if you want to tune in to one of our channels, either twitch.tv/straightjacketgym or twitch.tv/Desane, we'll be doing an AMA or AUA, ask us anything. So you've got a week to think up your questions about what you're going to ask. I'm probably going to ask Dave about when he's going to finish Donkey Kong Bonanza, because like he's been talking about finishing that for a while.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest. We put it up on the Discord. We put it up on the Paw Parade Discord. For those of you in Jim's community, that's my channel's Discord. We said, we're going to have any questions. What do you want to know? First one, when is Dave going to play Temtem again? Second one, when is Dave going to play Digimon? Third one, when is Dave going to finish Donkey Kong Bonanza?
That was
Fourth
me.
one,
That was
when
me.
will Dave finish Final Fantasy? It's just like, this is bullying. This is bullying. Hey, Jeppy, can you grab a link to our Discord and drop it in? Sorry, Jim, we're gonna do a
That's okay.
little cross promote.
That is good,
because it feels like it's where Mondayish lives a little bit.
I feel like that as well. Like I don't have my own Discord, but definitely go jump in the Paw Parade there in Dave and Jeppy's Discord for
share your food pictures, share your cat pictures of your pets.
The Show Your Noms channel. That's definitely not Show Your Mums, which I thought it was to begin with.
Oh, look, it's close enough.
What show your mum making the noms? Ooh, could do that. Yeah,
but no, come hang out with us. Ask us some questions. It's going to be real good. It's going to be a fun little episode. I got a couple of questions I have ready for Jim, so we're gonna ask some curly ones. But no, Jim, I reckon that we've hit a good point.
I think we have as well. But thank you everybody for indulging us tonight on our decidedly more upbeat episode. I feel like our first few episodes.
I was positive.
Yeah, that's it. I think I was the one that brought up the negative thing about Tears of the Kingdom, but that's only a little bit negative. But no, it was great. Thanks everybody. Don't forget to follow Mondayish on YouTube, which is where all our episodes are going at the moment. And as we said before, myself, twitch.tv/straightjacketgym on Twitch, Dave, twitch.tv/Desane on Twitch as well. Give them a follow. In fact, if you're in my chat now, I'm going to shout out Dave so you can go and follow his channel.
Jim, we've got an exciting Saturday coming up in the channel. I'm going to use this for the little advertising. Ooh. We're doing a mega stream. Those of you that know the channel know that the mega streams are ones that start at 10 a.m. our time, and we smash through till we finish it. Thank you, whoever that was. And what we're doing is a Stardew Valley randomizer this Saturday. So I'm starting at 10 a.m. I have randomized literally everything possible in Stardew Valley, including every door. Every door goes somewhere random. But to make it even worse, that gets randomized every day. So when you go to bed, all the random zones move.
Oh, wow. Why would you do that to yourself?
Because God will punish me for my hubris, Jim. It's so as Jim will tell you, chat, because I know you've all watched Jim do a Legend of Zelda randomizer. What's Link to the Past? About 200 checks?
Something like that. I finished it in under 8 hours because it was 2 streams I did it in, so it wasn't too bad. But there was definitely some pinch points where I'm going, I need this item because I can't get any further now. So this Stardew Valley one with my settings is 1,650 checks. Oh, Jeebus.
It is going to be a long Saturday. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be a really fun time of me yapping and losing my mind.
Mm-hmm. Very look forward to it. So that's twitch.tv/Desane. Go give him some love. But that's it for this episode of Mondayish. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.